What a beautiful morning. It's like the perfect temperature. It's like it's cool. You feel a little bit like you might want to get a jacket. The waves are going, birds are singing. It's a beautiful day. Another beautiful day. Ah, feeling good. But today I'm actually going to talk about rotten potatoes. So I guess that's a funny topic, but I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today. And, I'm trying to do kind of like a month of how to make less stress in your life, right? One of the things that gives a lot of stress is getting things done, that to-do list. And so one of the classes that I teach is actually a class on how to get more things done with less stress. And I teach it to some corporations but I've also taught it to regular, people who just want to know about it. So what I did was I took a lot of the tips that I teach in that class, and for the next 30 days, I think it is, I'm going to be posting those tips one by one. So you'll see those as they come through. And this is not one of the tips that are in there, but it was something I was thinking about last night because recently a friend called me. And by the way, I am here, but if I pop up in here, it ruins the sunrise. So I'm down here, but I am here. But anyways, this friend called me, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, how are things going?" And she was like, "It's not really good. I just got home from lunch with this group of ladies. Hopefully, you guys can hear me because a breeze is coming up. And I feel terrible. The whole lunch, nobody asked about my life, and when I did bring up something about my life, they criticized it and told me that my hobbies were stupid, what I believed in was stupid. They didn't like my outfit. They just really weren't very nice. And I have lunch with these ladies, once a month. And I have for the longest time, or pretty regularly, and they're just not nice. And I always feel terrible when I leave there. And so she's like, you usually have some good advice. What should I do? How do I make them understand how to be nicer to me? And I thought a little bit, like it actually took a pause here because I'm like, I knew the answer, but the answer wasn't really all that nice. And I knew she wouldn't really want to hear it because nobody wants to hear this. But I mean, to me, the answer was she had to throw away the potatoes, and the potatoes being the friends, of course, that there was no reason to continue to subject herself to those lunches. Just stop going. So I told her, I said, you know what, you're not going to change them. Just stop going to these lunches. And she was like, but I've done it forever, and I should do it. And if I don't go, then they're never going to change. And I said, that's the point. They're never going to change, right? And it's not your responsibility to change them. Just stop going. She goes, well, should I go and explain it to them? Why I'm stopping? I'm like, no. Because again, that's going to be a really bad lunch for you. It's going to be a bad day for you, and you don't owe it to them. You need to step out of that lunch so that you're not feeling bad about yourself. And we do have to push ourselves. We do have to push ourselves to the point like where we're uncomfortable in times. If we're not pushing to that uncomfortable spot, we're not growing, right? But if it's a group of people who are always being mean to you, they're always going to be mean to you. A year from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now. But yet we continue to do this. And I do it too. There's people who don't like me, and I'm like, well, I just got to convince them. I've got to make it so that they do like me or they do understand me. And I don't know why we do this. Why do we have this need to try to make it better with people? Some people, it's just not going to get better. And their rottenness is going to start seeping into our lives and making us feel bad. And I don't know that we have to do that. That one bad potato in your friend group might be causing a lot of angst with everybody. Just like that rotten potato in your pantry making all the other potatoes go bad. So I suggest that we throw out those potatoes, and move on. And one of the best ways that we can have less stress in our life is to surround ourselves with positive thinking people who are going to lift us up. And when we're down, tell us, you're going to be okay. It's good. You're going to make it. Also, people who maybe sometimes tell us the truth that we don't want to hear. Those are still positive people. Not people who are constantly knocking us, but people who are brave enough and love us enough to tell us the honest truth sometimes because they care, not because they're trying to knock us down. So I think one of the best ways we can relieve stress is to throw out your potatoes. So think about where your rotten potatoes are in your life. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a group of people, maybe it's a group you're affiliated with, maybe even volunteering for this group for the last 10 years. And it's just become a part of your life, but is it part that's really dragging you down? And can you spend your volunteer hours maybe volunteering for a group that's going to appreciate you? So think about where your rotten potatoes are. So that's my stress relieving tip for the morning. The other one is show up and have sunrise with me. So thanks for being here this morning and enjoying this sunrise with me. It always makes me feel better being here with you because all of you are positive thinking people who are thinking about the sun rising and what's ahead and the good stuff that's going to happen. Here she comes. Talk about positivity. The sun realizes every morning and says, yep, today's going to be a great day. Let's get on with it. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to make it the best it can be? Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Hopefully it's a nice smell, whether it's the smell of breakfast cooking or good fresh air, whatever it happens to be. I gotta tell you, I wish there was smell-o-vision because it really, there's a smell of honeysuckle in the water. And just, I don't know what it is. It's just fresh air. It's nice. Make a good day, people. Whatever it happens to be. And thank you for being a part of my day. Thank you for being a positive influence in my life. And I'll see you next Tuesday. And say hi in the comments. I love to know who actually shows up and watches this live and also in the replay. So it's fun to see you guys. So I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.